So it was like the early 80s, and I was surfing at the Hook in Santa Cruz. I got out of the water, and Microtoe was up on the cliff. And Microtoe is like a legendary shaper around here. He's like, "Hey, you're surfing pretty good out there, Grom." He's like, "I'm having team tryouts at the Point Saturday morning, be there 6 a.m. So I was like frothing. I'm like, yes, I was so psyched. So I was there, 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Guess what? There was no one there. So I went down to his shop on 41st, and I walked in, and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "sorry about that." And he's like, "We tell you what," he's all, "you can pick out a board." I saw this board, and it said TR right there, and it was like in the middle of a tank. And I knew right then it was Tony Roberts' old board, and TR was like my hero back then. He was like legendary filmer, surfer, skater from around here. So that was the one I picked. So I had the board for like a month. I put all kinds of dings in it and stuff, and then all of a sudden Microtoe called me one day. He's like, "You gotta bring that board back." I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, I might be in trouble here. So anyway, I went over there and I brought it back into the shop. I put it in the racks. I kind of snuck it in there, like knowing that there was a couple dings in the bottom and stuff. And Mike was cool and everything was good. And then like a couple days later, I get this call and it's like, "Is this Dave Nelson?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's all, "This is Tony Roberts and you owe me money, dude." And I'm like, okay, like how much do I owe you? And he's like, $30, you owe me $30. I had no money, I was Grom, you know? And so I had to like mow lawns and stuff. So I finally got the money together and I met him down at the beach. And right when he saw me, he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I know you." He's like, "You skate derby, yeah?" So we ended up like broing down and like talking about all this stuff. I'm all, "So much to owe you?" And he's like, "You know what? Don't worry about it." And right there like was the beginning of our relationship. TR became one of my best friends and biggest inspirations in surfing, skating, and mainly photography. Well, surfing and skateboarding has definitely changed my life. I can't even imagine where I'd be without the two of those things, but it definitely made me who I am today. I'm Dave Nelson, 48 years old. I'm a father, golfer, surfer, skateboarder, and photographer. Just someone who enjoys life. So rewind to about 1983, 84. TR and I were hanging out and we became like almost inseparable. We like surf and skate and film and shoot and do all kinds of stuff together. And he was just starting to use his pole cam and like get really getting into fisheye, and just like his stuff was like cutting edge, you know, but nobody really knew it yet. And I was just like right there by his side the whole time, just watching and studying and just like totally engrossed in his photography and like our lifestyle. Our lifestyle was surf, skate, always.
Click. Click. Looking big. It's like the setup for something. Yeah. I'm getting the picture. Yeah, Nelly. Let's see it in a big way. The setup. Chick-a-link. Chick-a-link.
There was kind of a lot of partying going down in Pleasure Point area. I got kind of sucked into it for a while. You know, it got pretty ugly. People are surfers and skaters and they're kind of working like a whatever job. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. Everything revolved around partying and surfing and skating, and pretty soon I wasn't surfing and skating as much anymore, and it was just more of a party time, you know what I mean? Photography was something that I loved, and as soon as I latched onto it with my addictive personality, it really just like gave me direction. I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do with my life. It was like, wow, I can actually be creative and do something with my life, you know, other than just like float around and float along. So I bought my first water housing off of TR. We were the only two guys in Santa Cruz shooting water shots. So eventually TR came over to my house and he was like, "Hey, Nelly, I'm moving to Costa Rica. you should run with your photography. And he gave me like some contacts at different magazines, and he brought over some like photo books. He gave me a lens and a flash, and like, he just basically said, dude, you're getting good, like run with it. He moved to Costa Rica, and the rest is history. So Santa Cruz was blowing up during this period, you know, and it was pretty much because of TR. He was shooting all these guys, you know. He had Flea, Anthony Rufo, Rat Boy, Barney, Skin Dog, Josh Loya, Nate Acker, Zach Acker, the list goes on. And it was just like, we were getting tons of coverage here in Santa Cruz, and it was all because of TR. And as soon as he moved away, I just had this like epic field of ripping surfers with tons of character and flair, and an open canvas for what I could shoot. It was definitely a fun era. Every time I swam out, I got a good shot. I started getting a lot of coverage in the magazines of these guys, and surfing magazines started paying me a little bit of salary. And then I got a call one day from Steve Sherman, who was running Transworld Surf, and he said, I'm coming up there, I'm flying up there, I'm gonna take you out to dinner. And he said, okay, what are they paying you over there? I'm doubling it. He said, you're coming with me, you're coming over to Transworld, like, you're cutting edge. And they're like, we want you. So I started shooting for Transworld, and I started traveling the world. They were sending me on trips all over.
Woo, made it. 500,000 hours with no sleep. An organized trip.
So I ended up working for Transworld for 17 years, and I was lucky enough to shoot with, you know, some of the best surfers in the world and hang out in the best locations. And it was just like a combination of luck and, you know, dedication and hard work. I feel extremely fortunate that that came my way. The most important thing to me now is to spend time with my family, so I get to do a lot more of that than I used to. I'm coaching my daughter's baseball team, and it's just like, life's a lot more fulfilling. How was that? 3 up, 3 down, are you kidding me?
That's what I said. 3 up, 3 down.
Boom.
I didn't say put it down my shirt.
But it is down your shirt.
Everybody.
I still get to shoot every day if I want to, surf and skate. So when I look forward in my life, it's not really about me anymore. It's more about my daughter and my family. Looking 10 years down the road, I want to make sure that she's safe and happy and stoked on life, you know? And that's my priority these days.